complete six models, Abhishek.
So you are not in the sixth lesson as well.
Yeah,
That's what.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And how about you, Miley?
In the learning,
Mm-hmm.
um, so I was doing the learning, and then I went up to I think six, and then I started to just kind of skip around, and I went back to look at your videos some more. I went back to look at the recordings.
Okay. So, I mean, just trying to understand. So, from the learning.anaplan.com, till which exercise you completed, at least from the exercise perspective.
Oh, from the ones you assigned yesterday, which ones were completed?
Sorry.
Is this the exercise one, two, and three?
Okay. Anything else apart from that?
I mean, I would do the exercises along with the learning that
Okay.
anaplan.com.
So, just a request to both of you, Rupali and Mailu, please start, doing that learning.anaplan.com exercises, okay? Because whatever is there, that is required for you to, complete, and then only you will be able to get yourself level 1 certified, okay?
You
So,
mean
just start completing that in your own respective workspaces, so that we have the completion as well as the practice and the prerequisite before completing those exercises. Now, just to make things clear, as per today, uh, you guys should have completed anything till lesson 8. Okay. So from my topic perspective, I'm done till lesson 8, and you guys should be good to do all those exercises. But the reason why I'm, telling you to complete as soon as possible, because ideally, for the course to complete, there is only need of 2 to 3 session. Okay. From my end, the topics, whatever are there in L1, I'll complete in next 2 to 3 session. Now, I don't want to be in a situation where I complete it from my end and you guys, like are pending with the exercises and don't get proper time to, ask your doubts and anything as such. So I would suggest like you guys start doing those, okay, so that any doubts or anything as such is there that could be discussed into the session, and at the same time, you guys get level 1 certified, during these courses itself. Like you don't achieve or don't try to do it later, because again, if you'll face difficulties in attending the answers and all, you will have me assisting you, right? But that's only when you guys are completing it. I hope you got the point what I mean, why I'm telling to complete it as soon as possible.
yeah, Abhishek. So exercise means they have after the session they are asking like in session till session six import exercises there, or we have to create the product list. I mean list and subset, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So till session six I've done it.
Okay. Okay. I'll say, don't say session, say, lesson, lesson,
Learning. Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So try doing that. Okay. We'll see how to move.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. All right. So today, let me see what is the topic aligned, and it's gonna be a lookup, which we will be doing and understanding right now. All right. So the other day we discussed about direct referencing, and with the also we discussed some formulas, and then we were just trying to discuss and understand how some function works, where we were just summing up the data on the basis of certain factors in line. Additionally, there is something called lookup function as well. Let's try to understand what does it mean. So it's pretty much similar to VLOOKUP in Excel. Those who have worked in Excel, those who have an idea of VLOOKUP, you will find a lot of similarity over here. And it's used to look up number boolean, blah blah blah, or date value in either a list or time period from a source module according to common mappings. Okay, so here as well, you are going to be looking up from a source module based upon the mappings which you have defined. It's similar to VLOOKUP in Excel, what I mentioned, and the syntax is pretty much similar to your sum, where you used to write x big bracket sum colon y. Here you write x big bracket lookup colon y, and obviously x is referring to the columns holding the values to look up. By it's an error, it's written be some over there on the slide. So x is referring to the columns holding the values to look up, and y is referring to the columns to be used as cross references. And you may have multiple cross references depending upon what you need. Now enough of this blah blah. Let me quickly share my screen, and let's understand how this works. I'll just log into my workspace. I'll be just sharing my screen, and we will extend this module, and over here we will try to understand what lookup is. All right. So we have the modules here, and I hope you guys remember the intricacies of this model. What were their you know the pack type, pack size, region, products, and everything as such. So we had a module which was storing product sales by geography, and we're just trying to sum the data on the basis of pack type and pack size. And we also saw how the direct referencing was working. Okay, now let me just create any other module, and we'll see where the lookup could possibly work. Okay, so sales. I'll tell you what exactly we are up to. Okay, so I have a new module in place. Okay, so the module currently doesn't has a time dimension. Okay, so one of the dimension is missing out here in this module. Okay, Now, the idea would be more like to understand or to bring in the data from the source module. Now, the matter of fact is you have a source module in place which is storing the data based upon month every month on month. So, this is my source module, by the way, if you guys can correlate. The other day we created this module. So, here there was sales data based upon products and geography, and there was also time dimension which was showing the data's month on month. But right now over here in this my source module, sorry, in my target module, we don't have a time dimension. So now what I want is like to pull the data from here, maybe for some specific month. Okay, now the matter of fact is how I can do that. Or maybe let's imagine a scenario where the fails data from here should be coming into the target module based upon the current month. Okay, so for an example, this particular module is having data from the past and as well as the forecasted sales as well. Just imagine, okay, for instance. Now the expectation is in your target module, the data should only be stored for the current month which is incoming. That is, maybe if right now it's March 20, then the data of March 20 should land in. If April 20, then the data of April 20 should land in over here. But the problem is the time dimension is missing over here. And let's try to bring in the values directly. The source is having the time, target isn't having a time. Though we have, the formula doesn't throw an error, but still, you see all the values are zero. Reason being, the system doesn't understand which month are you talking about. The system gets confused and it's not able to get the data for a specific month. Ideally, a time dimension is missing over here. That's what we can conclude. So what we can do is, I'll be just creating one module and we'll name it like current month. So I have no dimensions over here. I just have a module that is showing me the current month, and I'll maybe just change here the time period and I'll keep it to month. So I can, select the month from here for an instance. So ideally, since here there's no integration or, there's no job running, so we are doing this manually, the selection of the current month. But what happens in an enterprise scale, like there would be, number of jobs which is going to be running and, update, which will update, the current month. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna be updating the current month over here. So every day, the job runs, the current month gets updated. All right. So what else you need to do is like if I feel currently I have a missing dimension that is time. Okay, I have a missing dimension that is time. And then you need to look up on the basis of that missing dimension. Just give me a second, guys. Hey guys, extremely sorry, just got one very urgent thing in middle. So what we were discussing, was like you have this module and there was the dimension missing, and that is time. And we had this current month which is showing or which gets updated every month. Now, what we need to do is we need to get in the value based upon the month selection which is over here. So what is ideally doing? It's looking up on the basis of this data. For an instance, I just press lookup and then I select this month, and then the data starts coming from the current month. Okay, so what happens? The data is getting fetched from here, then it just looked up and searched for the missing dimension and it brought in the data. Okay, so this is how your lookup works. Now the now the matter of fact is, right now we used a time dimension that is missing. Okay, and in your exercises or in your learning.anaplan.com videos, and wherever you're going to be reading, they're going to be showing you on some dimension which is missing, and that is a list dimension. Okay, they maybe one of the dimension of the list could be missing. The reason why I'm showing you the lookup with the time is just to increase or make you think in different dimension. Like you can foresee the examples of lookup which are there on the basis of the list dimension. Time dimension they haven't shown anywhere, and that's the reason why I'm showing you like this in the exercises. So don't get confused, like, hey, I was doing it with the missing time dimension, they are doing with the lists, etc. It isn't like that. It's just like the data can be fetched in based upon whatever dimension is missing. Okay, it's not based upon list, it's not based upon time, it's not based upon version or anything as such, but rather the story is on the missing dimension. Okay, so that's the idea behind putting or pulling in this data. Okay, let me know if you guys have any confusion as such in this entire exercise or entire practice what we did.
Abhishek, if you want to fetch data that is from previous month, then
So the data which is getting fetched is based
mhm,
upon this month. Okay, whatever the
then
selection is here. Now, what
mhm.
you can do is like if you want previous month, you can maybe create a one line item. Just telling you an example. Okay, and I'll maybe change it here.
So we need to use the functions here, right?
So you can maybe use. So right now it's not gonna be coming. Okay. So since it's January 20, okay, let's imagine it's March 20 right now. So if I just use minus, so previous month comes in here, okay, and you can very well refer this line item instead current month. You got it right? What I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's particular month, but what about its duration? Like this month to this month.
What do you mean by this month to this month?
I mean, Jan 20 to March 20. I need data for 4 months, and the count. Uh, if I have more than one count for the month.
Okay, so that could also be done.
Mhm.
Okay,
So we have to create new model and we have to select
no,
the
no,
time
let's
dimension.
not assume new model. Okay, it's just addition of
Mhm.
new line item.
Okay.
Okay, there could be different ways of doing this. Okay, I mean, if you will think, maybe you can come up with your own idea and thought process. Okay, It's not working like this. Okay, so in that case, which you are telling, okay,
Mhm.
let me just check. You need to ideally, okay, I'll tell you what you can do is we need to build certain things else as well. But ideally, what you need to do is you can sum it up on the basis of current month and previous month, the time range which you want. Okay.
Okay.
So for an example, if I can, I'll tell you an approach. Okay. For an example, you create one line item. Okay. In that line item, you just add in these 3 months data. Okay.
Mhm.
So suppose you are able to add in this 3 months data and then you just sum it or pull this data, then the 3 months data can be reflected over here. Okay. So there could be different ways of doing that. You just try doing and let me know. If you will face issues, we'll see the way out. Okay. You got it right or you're confused?
No, we'll do the practice so that we'll get it.
You just try doing that. I'm
Yeah.
telling you the approach. Just keep an addition of these 3 months and Rabi, then you look up or sum accordingly, and the data will start fetching it. So that's what it
Okay.
was related with the lookup. Now let me quickly share in my decks once again. Okay, and let's see an example of lookup as well, apart from that, which we had just discussed. Now, there is a data where it shows the bonus percentage by department, and the ask is to apply bonus percentage to employee. Okay, so for an example, you have this data. So here by department, you have the different bonus percentage. Okay, the dimension is department. The line item shows the bonus percentages out here. The ask is on the basis of employee, you want this bonus percentage to be filled. The data is based upon the basis of department. You want the bonus percentage on the basis of employee. Okay. So this is what the ask is. Now the matter of fact is you can very well assume like if there is a mapping which tells which employees belongs to which department, you can bring in the values, right?
Yeah.
Let's imagine if Shala belongs to sales, Ota belongs to sales, Royce belongs to production, Hilton is executive. So if you will be looking up on this, then the bonus percentage will come in, right? No? Yes? Confused? Okay, not
Yeah.
okay. Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. So similarly, that's what there is a system module in place which tells which employees belongs to which department. Okay. This module tells which employees belongs to which department. And then over here, if you see, this is your source. My mapping is which employee belongs to which department. And then you have something called target over here. Okay. So you have your targets over here. So you can now see that each employee is belonging to or is what percentage bonus percentage is existing for them. Any confusion in understanding this?
Question.
No.
To the so do you so you are you saying you have the first one, you have the employee driver, and you need to create the you need to create another module. You need to create a module for employee details,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
and then this third one is what? It's employee. bonus. Okay, this is so the third one is okay. It's a calculate. It's do you create three modules essentially to be able to calculate this?
See, ideally, what Anaplan suggests you should have a different source module. I mean, source module anyways will have a different one, right? Your target will be different, obviously. The matter of fact is whether you need a mapping module specifically or not. Well, you can very well create a mapping here in this target module itself. Okay. I mean, if you create another line item here, department, all right, and then you just create the department over here because if you see ideally, the dimension of this module, mapping module is also employees. The dimension of target is also employees, right?
Yep.
So if you want, you can create the line item over here in this department itself. I mean, in this target module, and then you can refer pretty well. That shouldn't be an issue. But what Anaplan suggests you create a different mapping module so that in case if in future as well, if in another reference is required, you can do this.
Okay. In case you said another reference needs the employees
Yeah,
department.
exactly. There could be, I mean, apart from only this requirement, there could be another requirements as well, right?
Okay.
Hmm? Okay. So this
Yep.
is how your lookup works. So if I just tell you the sum function as well, so let me just quickly go through this sum example. So over here, what you have a module in place which is having the data module where you have the revenue for each countries by products, and the ask is you want to see like the cost of sales on the basis of size or weight by country. So just showing you once again. So here you have country dimension, you have the product dimension, and you see revenue. Okay. Here you have country, but here you have a different dimension. That is maybe I think it's size. Okay. And what you want is based upon country by size, you want the data to come in here. Here you have data country by product. Okay. What do you want? Country by size. Pretty much similar example. So if you have the product mapping which tells which product belongs to which size, again your purpose is solved, right? You can just sum it up. For an instance, I know which products belongs to which size. Over here, I just done this mapping, and then I can pretty much sum it up once again. So I have a source module which is based upon products revenue. This is a mapping module products by size, and my target can very well store the summed value based upon the size. Any confusion here? I mean, that's pretty much, I mean, we did the other day as well. The same, some function. I'm just going through once again so that, if there is any confusion, you guys can, put up in your doubts. No questions?
So for the mapping purpose, we have to create the system model so that can be used or reference for the future for the different model, right?
Exactly. You guys
Okay.
are correct. So the whole sole purpose is this only. Okay. I mean, they will just create for future. I mean, this so that the mappings could be used for future. If you use just in the target module, I mean, anyways, you are storing in the extra line item, right? And maybe in future you will create another mappings for another requirement. So you just create mapping in one place, and that could be referred in multiple places. Mm-hmm.
So the whole
Got it, guys. Right?
process, yeah, so whole process will be same. We need to put the calculation and logic in system model.
Sorry.
I mean, in system model, the creation will be same, but we have to put the calculation or mapping over there, right?
Correct. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And that's an important pointer for your sum function to work. We discussed the other day as well. Format of the line item, the mapping module should be same as the dimension of the target module. Okay, just keep that in mind. So you have sum here. All right, so let's have a quick discussion on what sum and what lookup is. What are they and what do they do? So sum pretty similar to sumif, lookup similar to vlookup, lookup. It's gonna be summing the transaction data, many to one mapping. And by the way, why you say sum function is many to one mapping? Can you guys assume? Can you guys guess? Can you guys put in your thoughts here? Sum is many to one mapping. How? What you're doing here in sum ideally, you're just summing a lot of data and putting in one line item, right?
Yeah.
And what is lookup? So you're you are taking one data, okay, and you are putting in many line items. We understand, right?
Yes.
Okay. And both are used when dimensionality doesn't matches, and system module will help you to find those mapping and help in the further transformation. So, all right. So with that said, we are done with the lookup topic and the sum topic. Okay, I'll tell you one link. Okay, just bookmark that. There's a very interesting and good article on sum and lookup. Just give me a second. So I have just pasted in the chat. Please, go through this article. Okay. And I mean, that's pretty much same what we have just discussed, but that's more like, representational in textual formats. Try to understand each and everything of this small little para. Okay. And maybe in future as well, this will be very, very helpful for you guys. Okay. So just bookmark this. Okay. The link which I have pasted over here. So with
Okay.
that said, we are done with the sum and lookup, and probably we are going to be starting off with the new topics aligned. Let me just have a quick look what's there stored for us. All right, so there are two topics left. Okay, UX and the dashboard. Okay, UX dashboard and the security. Okay, so for covering the UX and dashboard and security, I'll need 1.5 session. Okay, that's it. Post that, I'm done from my end. Okay, so just trying to understand, like like I mentioned, it's gonna be only 2 sessions which I need. Uh, and I told in the beginning as well, just start doing these exercises. I don't want to continue with any new topics today because I mean, we'll cover UX separately. I mean, in this time, in 15 minutes, it's not feasible to cover UX. We'll start fresh maybe tomorrow on the UX side. Okay. Till that time, I urge everyone, I request you guys, please start doing the exercises in learning.anaplan.com. Okay. It's a humble request so that you can complete everything in my presence. Okay. I don't want you guys to, be in a situation where later you guys don't have anyone to, discuss or understand. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Then
Um,
let's try to.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Yeah, please.
Can I ask a question? So there is in learning there's like a lesson 7 importing into modules.
Hmm?
Did you tell us to skip that one or no?
No, no, no. Importing into modules, like I mentioned, you do start doing. Okay, be reach there, and then you share the file with me. Okay, and then on the same day when you share the file with me, then I'll be showing you how to do. So that is not yet done. That will be done once you are there. Okay. Don't try doing it on your own. You just reach there, okay, and share the file with me in any session, and I'll show you importing into modules as well. I mean, like I mentioned this, I think I mentioned this before as well, right? That's the way we are going to be doing that, importing into modules.
So you said don't do the exercise, just download the file?
Yeah, so where the importing into module is, don't do only that part, rest you guys do.
Oh, okay, okay. Do not import, but just wait. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you bring the file tomorrow, okay, and I'll show you. Okay.
Okay. All right. 8, 9, 10. Okay.
Okay, then thanks a lot, guys, for your time. See you. Okay, just a quick question, like before I wrap it up. So, just give me a second. Yeah. So what I was asking, like, do you have anything like which you want me to cover once again, or any doubts or any confusion in any specific topic which you would like me to cover twice, or maybe you didn't understood or anything as such?
I do. I mean, I'm just I'd like kind of like a, just um maybe creating from the beginning to a module, like something, you start from a list, just like a very quick build up of that,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't know how much further we should go. I mean, today you just introduced sum and lookup, but I don't know when would be a good time to do it. Maybe um, whether to include or not include the sum and lookup, but just kind of from just creating from the beginning until it's module.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll see. Okay, then. Thanks a lot, guys, for your time. We'll catch up tomorrow then. Bye. Have a great day, great night ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
goodbye.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Bye.